In Chapter 12, you're going to learn two new advanced rhythmic concepts. The first one is all about integrating the 16th note into our rhythms. So you already know certainly that a whole note normally gets 4 beats, half note gets 2 beats, quarter note gets 1, eighth note gets 0.5, and if you follow that same logic, you can determine that a 16th note gets 0.25 of a beat. Now, at first, that may seem a little bit abstract, right? Like, what exactly is 0.25 of a beat? But if you think about it, 0.25 of a beat means that 4 of those things happen for every beat that you conduct or that you play in a piece of music. So, if I were to conduct a pattern and try to ta 16th notes, I would just need to make sure I do 4 of them per beat. So here we go. Ta 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 ta. So they go by fairly quickly. Here is a piece by Bach that uses 16th notes almost exclusively. And so on. So when we learn about 16th notes, as you see in the textbook for this chapter, you're going to learn a different counting system that allows you to measure with precision the location within the bar for each one of these individual 16th notes. You'll also learn things like 16th rest, also dotted eighth notes will be added into the mix. So that's one topic for this chapter. The other topic is what's called compound meter. Now, it's kind of a tricky thing to understand at first, but let me see if I can distill it just into a brief introductory message. Anytime you see the time signatures 6/8, 9/8, or 12/8, you kind of throw your normal assumptions out the window. So no longer is a quarter note worth 1, a half note worth 2, and a whole note worth 4. Instead, believe it or not, the dotted quarter note is worth 1, the dotted half note is worth 2, and the dotted whole note is worth 4. And as you'll learn in the chapter, the eighth note is actually a third of a beat, or 0.33 of a beat. So in a basic sense, compound meter sounds very different from all of the other meters that we've been dealing with so far, which are called simple meters. Compound meter is based on the idea that you are dividing the beat into 3 parts rather than 2 or 4 from previous sections. So what does it sound like? Well, imagine I'm conducting a 2 pattern and I'm going to ta 3 times per beat. Ta 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 ta. So it has this lovely lilt to it. It feels like you're kind of swinging along. And in fact, one really good demonstration of compound meter is the tune Row, Row, Row Your Boat. Not only is it in compound meter, but it gives us this sense of maybe kind of the rolling motion of, you know, the river that the boat is floating along in. So Row, Row, Row Your Boat. So it has this rollicking sense to it. Another example, here's a tune by Mozart that's also in compound meter. So compound meters are pretty fun. They have this, again, swinging feel to them. So you'll learn all about the math and how to annotate in compound meter in this chapter. Now, you'll also have a chance to practice compound meter with Great Gray Owl. You may have noticed, if you were working on it last chapter, that it's in one of these new types of time signatures. So have fun with this chapter and make sure to spend a decent amount of time just practicing those different counts. So I'll see you in the tutorials.